the left wall here. The left wall is going to the left vanishing point, so an extension will extend away from that. Cut it off with a vertical. Now I can turn this right wall into a new cube by adding the top and the left side. I'll take these corners to the left vanishing point, but stopping this one before it goes off the side of that building. Now I'll take this back edge and extend it from the right vanishing point. And where it hits this edge, I'll trim it off with a vertical. If I wanted, I could even start to make some really complex twists and turns in this. You do have to think about it one block at a time. Sometimes I have students that start to make really complex stuff, but they don't complete one block before they start the next block. So I currently have this extension coming out from the left side of this block. So once this extension comes out, perhaps I want to then make an extension come out of the right wall of this, but I want it all to be flush where my edges and things match up. So I'll show you how to do that. Once this first block is complete, I can make an extension come out of the right wall, which is going to the right vanishing point, by extending from my left. So I'm going to take these diminishing lines and extend them. And basically I'm going to take this vertical and slide it forward. You can see that I basically now have a left wall for a new block, and now I need to create the top and the right side. So I can decide how wide I want the top plane of this to be. That will come from the right vanishing point. When I hit this corner, this this right edge will extend to the right vanishing point. This bottom corner will go to the right, and then here will show me where to block in my vertical. Now, this plane, this new cube, I've got the right side, the left side, and the top. If I think about this cube here, I had the left side, the top, and the right side. Our top plane here is basically all connected. It's all going in the same direction. So this little section of line, I technically don't need because it's not changing direction of the plane. They are both now top edges. So it's basically making like a laying down L shape. So we can see now how this goes back, turns, and then connects to this vertical column. I can choose if I want to. Perhaps I want this to now change directions again. Perhaps I want it to drop down from there, and I can do that as well. I can take these verticals and extend them. This is just like taking this right wall and dropping it down lower. So this bottom line, which goes to the right vanishing point, I will erase it and drop it down to here. Now with this being a new block, this is the right wall, so I now need to create the left wall. I'm going to take this bottom corner, figure out how wide I want it to be compared to going to my left vanishing point, and block in a vertical. That completes that one. Perhaps now I want to have this whole portion connect to a new block on the top plane, sort of like this one connects to the top plane of this block. About how many perspective items you need to create. My goal is for you to create a total of 20 perspective items. So each block that you create and each window or set of windows going to the same vanishing point, like on the same side, those are each going to count as one perspective item. So I'll show you how I'll go through and count what I have so far in my drawing. I'll start with this first block as 1. This vertical section is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This window will count as 7. This window 8. Down here, this block will be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 for that window. So right now I have 15 perspective items. I'm going to keep adding and building. I'll speed this up so you can see it, how this all starts to work. back and count my perspective items one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then I need to add one more. Adding this block creates my 20th perspective element. So that kind of shows you what this project can look like in perspective. With this project turned upside down, you can now see what it would look like if I had done this with a low horizon line or a low perspective, low eye level. You can see that now I would actually see most of the undersides of these objects, and most of this is floating up in the air with a really cool sort of sci-fi feel. This project is a really fun thing to do. Don't let it frustrate you. Start off very slow. Start with one block and build another block, and then build another block. Don't get too panicked about what you're gonna do. I went into this with no plan whatsoever, and just what happened to work, I just added on the next thing. Another really important thing that I want to mention to you is to start with one block and gradually build your way, but don't start with two separate unrelated blocks and try to figure out how to make them meet in the middle. That tends to be where students get into some trouble with this assignment. And a lot of times I have students that end up making optical illusions where it feels like it should meet, but it doesn't actually meet, and it doesn't actually follow the rules of perspective correctly. Have fun with this project. Good luck.